Welcome, Flyers fans. You're listening to Chris Mayer, Flyers Fan Mania 93 on YouTube.
All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be breaking down and talking about the handful of players that the Flyers picked today in the 2022 NHL Draft, and it seems like a pretty good selection of some players here. The Flyers obviously make a trade to acquire Tony DeAngelo, and one thing I do want to kind of go back and say that I had said in the video was the extension. It's not finalized yet. It was tweeted out by Pierre LeBrun that it's not finalized yet, and the Flyers are pretty close, and they're confident that they'll get there. But the deal is not finalized yet for the extension for Tony DeAngelo. As for the draft, the Flyers end up selecting 6 players in total, with Gauthier last night, Devin Kaplan in the 3rd round, Alex Bump in the 5th round, Hunter McDonald in the 6th round, Santeri Soku and Alex Gendron, both in the 7th round there for the Flyers. And in general, it seemed like it was a pretty good draft for the Flyers. I mean, if you're looking at it in a certain way, a lot of these players are big. The smallest player is Gendron in the 7th round, 5'9". But in general, most of these guys that the Flyers have taken here, they are some bigger players, guys that could score, guys that are more of a power forward type. Obviously, last night they take Gauthier. He's listed at 6'2". Devin Kaplan, and again, this is just off size. Devin Kaplan is 6'3". Alex Bump is 6 foot. Hunter McDonald is 6'4" defenseman. Santeri Soku is a 6'4" right winger. And as I said, Alex Gendron is 5'9". So the Flyers went with a lot of size in this draft, and try to get some of these more power forward type guys. As for Gauthier, I talked about him last night. Really do like that pick overall. As for Devin Kaplan, he's 6'3", as I said, 205 pounds, shoots right. He's 18 years old. It's a 2004 birthday. 53 games played last year in the U.S. program. Had 13 goals, 25 assists, 38 points, and he'll be playing for Boston University next year. Briere said Kaplan and Gauthier are guys that can kind of help re-spark the identity. He was interviewed on NHL Network and talked about that. He's more of, Kaplan's more of like a power forward type guy, good in front of the net. So I'm curious to see how that'll develop. Obviously, you have Gauthier next year going to BC. Kaplan going to BU in the Flyers' next pick. Alex Bump coming out of high school and playing a little bit with in the USHL with the Omaha Lancers. He had a pretty solid year too, and he's one of the best high school prospects out of literally the entire country. He's listed, as I said, 6 foot, 183 pounds, shoots left. He's 18 years old, a 2003 birthday. 31 games played in high school, and just listen to this: 48 goals, 35 assists, 83 points. Now, obviously, that is high school. In the USHL, he played 27 games, 11 goals, 6 assists with 17 points. So he had a pretty solid year in general in just high school alone, and then obviously transferring over to the USHL. But next year he'll be going to the University of Vermont, the NCAA Vermont, and the NCAA, excuse me. So right there, you have Gauthier going to BC, Kaplan going to BU, and Alex Bump now going to the University of Vermont. So you have a good amount of players here that are from the United States, the U.S. program, and you're taking these guys. A lot of them are going to some pretty good NCAA colleges. And just college programs in general for hockey. So I think it's pretty good how the Flyers have done that. And then the next pick in the 6th round, Hunter McDonald, left defenseman, shoots left, 6'4", 204 pounds. He is an overager. He's 20 years old, 2002 birthday. Played with 2 USHL teams this past year, 33 games with the Omaha Lancers and 21 with the Chicago Steel. He said he models his game after Brendan Carlo, likes to be defensive, doesn't have the best numbers. Overall, nothing that's really eye-popping on the offensive side of things. In the 21 games with Chicago, he had 4 points, a goal, and 3 assists. So, he's not necessarily a guy that's going to, do much offensively, but defensively, there is a guy that the Flyers went for, and a big 6'4" defenseman. Last year for camp, they had a defenseman, Jackson Van der Leest, who was around that size, around the high 6-foot range. He ended up not signing or anything like that, but I'm curious if this is, I could just be pulling strings here, but I wonder if this is anything that is like trying to maybe get a fit for a bigger defenseman to kind of be in the system. You already have Zabula. Van der Leest didn't really work out. I wonder if Hunter McDonald was maybe something that the Flyers were trying to look at there. I don't know. That's just me speculating. 7th round pick, 197th overall is Santeri Soku. And actually, Bill Meltzer had a pretty good tweet on him as well. I'll put a link to that in the description. Again, right winger, 6'4", 194 pounds, shoots left. 18 years old, 03 birthday, 35 games played. He had 32 points, and next year he'll be playing with Moto Hockey. So Santeri actually had a pretty solid season overall. Just from playing in the Joker for the under 20. Again, as I said, 35 games played, 32 points, 13 goals, 19 assists. And he's some pretty good hands. He's more of like a raw cut center. Center left wing. I'm curious to see how they'll take him, but Alexis Gendron is another player here that the Flyers might have actually gotten a steal. He's a 7th round, 220th overall. 5'9", 175 pounds, like I talked about. Obviously, he can still put on a little bit more weight. He's again a little bit undersized. Again, the smallest player that the Flyers took out of this whole draft. 18 years old, 2003 birthday, Quebec Major Junior League. Played 66 games there, and honestly had a pretty good season there in Blainville. Again, 66 games played, 30 goals, 16 assists, 46 points. So some pretty good numbers, and he was minus 21, didn't have the best, but he was ranked, pretty low, if I'm being honest with you. He wasn't necessarily. He wasn't really ranked as anything too crazy. Maybe like, I guess you could say maybe a 3rd or maybe a 4th round pick. Some people had him pretty high up there. Others not so much. But